5 free webinar tips to help make your event wildly successful. Webinars are one of the most effective ways to market online. They have many advantages. Multiple forms of media can be used, presenters can interact with their audience and establish rapport through teaching and offering valuable information, and the event can be taped and reused later. They are a very effective way to sell products and also expand your influence in a niche. Here are 5 free webinar tips to help ensure your next event is wildly successful. Point 1. Plan your webinar ahead of time. You want your webinar to be entertaining, informative, and concise. People are very busy these days and don't want to sit in front of their computer for hours listening to someone ramble. Keep your presentation interesting by using multiple forms of media such as slides, pictures, and demonstrations using the internet and other sources. Don't just use slides with lots of text. A webinar is your opportunity to connect with your audience. Be sure to leave plenty of room for asking them questions and interacting with them throughout the presentation. Once you have your presentation planned, practice, practice, practice. Make sure you are familiar with your webinar service technology as well. Point 2. Promote your webinar. Announce your webinar through your email list, write a post on your blog, post messages on your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn accounts, and ask everyone you know to spread the word about your free event. Send out multiple messages so that people don't forget. Point 3. Enlist at least one co-presenter or helper. Webinars are often more interesting if there is more than one presenter. If it makes sense to have a co-presenter or guest speaker, it can definitely add a lot of value to your webinar. If you will be the only presenter, make sure you at least enlist someone to help you keep an eye on things. The chat window needs to be monitored, the audio needs to be tested, and you need to make sure the webinar is running smoothly without technical difficulties. Having an extra set of eyes, ears, and hands can be a big help. Point 4. Be engaging and interact with your audience. Remember to interact with your audience. Ask them questions throughout the presentation and answer any questions they may have. You should always schedule time at the end for a Q&A session, but it's also a good idea to answer questions throughout the webinar. Have fun and remember to keep your audience interested and entertained. Don't worry so much about being serious and professional. The key is to establish rapport so that people will begin to know, like, and trust you. Point 5. Tape your webinar and repurpose it. Make sure that you tape your webinar so that you can use it later. Offer it as a replay to your email list and blog readers. Or you can also consider selling it as a product to those who did not attend. You can also reuse the webinar materials. You can post the slides on slide sharing sites or offer them as a free bonus to your email list. A free webinar is one of the most effective ways to market your business and establish yourself as an authority in your niche. With a little preparation and practice ahead of time, you should be well on your way to having a wildly successful event.